We are in Death Valley National Park.
We hit our first milestone of the trip. We are now at sea level. Katie and I are climbing Telescope Peak, the high point of Death Valley in California. And there's a perfectly good trailhead at 7,000 feet that we ignored to start at Shorty's well at -200 feet. Spoiler, we made it. But still, you're gonna see every increment of Death Valley from the very bottom to the very top. Check it out.
But first, the day before. We flew into Las Vegas, then drove to Pahrump. We built a thermal fortress for our sensitive electronics staying in the car by surrounding a styrofoam cooler with water jugs.
Going from -200 feet to 11,000 feet summit. Do the math, that's like more than sea level to Rainier. Wait, no, yeah, no, it isn't. Just kidding. It's considered the hardest hike in the US, harder than rim to rim to rim in the Grand Canyon, harder than Cactus to Clouds in San Jacinto, California. We are gonna cheat a little bit and do it as a 2-night backpacking trip, which will make it a little bit less grueling. Should be really nice to set up camp, especially if we can make it to a high camp at 6,000 feet and enjoy a nice sunrise tomorrow. It's getting pretty hot in the valley. Highs are around 100 here. First 6 miles are heading up this old Jeep track. We're going up this Alluvial fan, a big triangular region full of debris that gets washed out by flash floods coming down the canyon. Best way out of the heat is going to go uphill. 5 degrees per 1,000 feet, give or take. Now that we're in the canyon, the temperatures are dropping a little bit. These desert temps get me feeling a little crazy. Death Valley squashes.
Backup dinner plan.
Yeah. Humph.
Damon suffers from desert madness. Who knows what he's gonna do or say next?
Yeah! This is the end of the Jeep track. So now we have to do a little bit more navigation by ourselves. We'll see how much of a track or anything there is. At last, there is water. It's siesta time near Hanaupah Spring. Just hanging out for a couple hours while the day cools off. And then we're gonna head to a high camp up on the ridge. We're gonna have to lug about 7 liters of water up there, and then there's some snow that we can probably just melt in the sun on the way down. But yeah, it's only like 1,700 feet or so, and that's our camp, so there's no need to do that before 2:30 or 3. Nice to just hang out. It's just a regular dragonfly sex party. And we're off. It's only 80 degrees now, but man, 7 liters of water is not light. Terrain like this is probably why this is considered harder than rim to rim to rim and such. There's not really a trail, and it's pretty steep. There's a lot of loose debris, but still, it's not that bad. We have a ton of experience in much worse terrain than this. Almost at the ridge. Made it to camp at 5,200 feet on this ridge. Today was about 10 miles total, 5,000 vertical feet, and yeah, Death Valley's not so bad once you're 5,000 feet above it. Way too hot for me on the valley floor. This campsite is downright magical. There's insects out chirping now. Only a few mosquitoes. 6 a.m. and we're off. Just about to watch the sunrise. It's coming up over Charleston Peak. Then it's going to be going up pretty steep for a while. We're making good time, but we still have about 4,000 feet to go. Nice break at this flat grove of ponderosa pines. This guy sucks. Snow. This is it. The summer trail, almost at 10,000 feet. This trail is so easy. Wow. We're looking at the Sierra Nevada. There's Mount Whitney kind of in the center over there. These last few hundred feet have been pretty hard. The snow is just so soft that you only punch through to the ground. That's the true summit over there. Let's go. Summit of Telescope Peak. All right. Death Valley. A place of extremes. Over there, we have the Sierra Nevada with Mount Whitney at the center. Was it hard on the enchantments? Definitely. All good things must come to an end. We have a long ways down tonight. We're gonna try to camp at the springs at 3,600 feet.
3,700 feet?
Don't do the math. Just don't do the math. That's our exit coming up. This part is all about footwork. AI recommended, if I'm going to cut corners on Gore-Tex boots, to bring waterproof socks. Will they work? This part's stuck on the way up. Let's see if it sucks on the way down. Walking through the ponderosa pines. Getting pretty close to camp. Probably make it there in a little under 12 hours. Anybody who does this car to car is crazy. We packed up camp pretty fast. Jeez, my legs are tired and we still have 1,400 feet to go with this terrain. Snakey snake. Looks like home tonight. It's a little before 6 a.m. We got an early start today. We're out on the road walking out, trying to get to the car before it gets super heated. Back below sea level, minus 180 feet. Not even that hot yet. There it is.